Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at secrets food advertisers don't want you to know. How many times have you seen something delicious looking in an advert, but then you go and buy the real thing and it doesn't look anywhere near as good? Well, that's because advertisers have some very secret tips they use to make food look amazing. But before we get too hungry, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too? First off, we have pancakes. So there are various ways food advertisers make pancakes look a lot better than they really do in real life. The first thing is they add height. Have you ever noticed that a stack of pancakes seems way bigger in commercials than in real life? In real life, pancakes can look kind of lifeless. Well, that's because in food adverts, they use pieces of cardboard in between the pancakes. This elevates the pancakes and makes them seem more fluffy. Not only that, they cook pancakes with a different recipe for the food adverts. They actually pour Sprite into their pancake mix to make it more fluffy. But if you think their trickery stops with the pancakes, then you'd be wrong. I'm sure we're all used to seeing that delicious syrup just sit on top of the pancakes. But in real life, pancakes absorb syrup way too quickly to photograph. So that's why advertisers actually swap it out with engine oil. That's right, the same stuff you put into your car, they're putting on top of pancakes. They also spray a water repellent spray over the pancakes to act as a protective layer. This means the pancakes will stay very fluffy and dry while the syrup will sit on top. So those images that make you want to eat pancakes are actually motor oil, not syrup. Next up is beer. Who doesn't love seeing those amazing adverts for beer? There's so much delicious foam and fluffiness, it just looks amazing. But in real life, when you pour out a beer, there's not too much foam. It's not nearly as carbonated as it seems in the commercials. Well, that's because food advertisers add in liquid soap before pouring in their drink. This increases the foam in something like beer, and it also makes the foam much more stable, natural, and attractive. So those beers and adverts that look so delicious actually would taste disgusting because of the liquid soap. Advertisers also do this with things like milk and coffee and any other drink which involves foam. Next up is fries. Fries are definitely the most faked food in food adverts. We've all seen the commercials where the fries stand up perfectly in the box. And also there's an exact number of fries and there's no empty gaps in the box. Anyone who's ever been to a burger joint knows this is not the case in real life. In real life, there's not that many fries in the box. And also they flop over the sides of the box and are not perfectly straight. Well, food advertisers actually use something called floral foam to make the fries stand up straight. Floral foam is actually what's used for planting flowers in, but they cut up some floral foam to the same size as the fries container. They then jab some toothpicks into that floral foam, and then they jab perfect looking fries into those toothpicks. They then put this into their fries box and voila, they have the perfect looking fries. But just know in the adverts, the fries are not freestanding, they're actually stuck in floral foam using toothpicks. Next up is ice cream. What could make your mouth water more than seeing an ice cream commercial in the summer? Well, the thing that's making your mouth water is not actually ice cream in those commercials at all. You see, ice cream melts way too quickly under studio lights. So that's why instead, food advertisers use mashed potatoes. If you use an ice cream scoop, mashed potatoes look exactly like ice cream. They simply pour in food coloring and some starch. Then this makes the perfect looking ice cream even though it's not really ice cream whatsoever. But because mashed potatoes don't melt like ice cream does, it makes a perfect substitute for advertisers. Next up is steam. In all food adverts for hot food, there's steam coming off the food. But in real life, food that's photographed is not even hot. So how do they make steam come off cold food? Well, there's actually a few different ways they do this. One way is to use something like dry ice. They put this dry ice behind the food to make it look like steam's rising up from the food. And another thing they do is use cotton balls. They'll simply put the cotton balls in water and then put them in a microwave. This creates a few minutes of steam, enough for them to get some great food photography. Next up is cereal. You ever wonder why cereal seems to float to the top of the bowl in food commercials? Well, that's because these food advertisers are not using milk. Instead of milk, they actually use PVA glue. Cereal soaks up milk and sinks to the bottom, but with glue that's not the case. Instead, it floats to the top and it keeps the cereal exactly in place. This is great for photographers, as food photography must be perfect. This allows the advertisers to place each individual piece of cereal exactly where they want. And it also means the cereal won't look soggy and nasty in the images. Next up is ice cubes. We all know that food and drink photography is done under very hot studio lights. So how do they manage to take photos of ice without it melting super quick? Real ice melts very quickly under the sun, let alone studio lights. So that's exactly why advertisers use plastic ice cubes. That's right, the ice cubes you see in commercials are actually made of plastic, not water. And you can actually buy these yourself. They're called reusable ice cubes. You simply freeze them, put them in your drink, and they'll keep your drink colder way longer than regular ice cubes do. Next up is chicken. We all know that around Thanksgiving and Christmas time, many people advertise chickens. But did you know that in those commercials, chickens and turkeys are actually not cooked? You may be asking, if they're not cooked, why do they seem so bronze? Well, that's because food advertisers actually spray tanning spray on the uncooked chickens. They'll spray a bunch of this tanning spray onto the chickens and then brush it with a paintbrush. This will keep the chicken in its original form but make it seem very bronzed and delicious. But in reality, if you tried to eat this, it would be disgusting. And finally on the list of secrets food advertisers don't want you to know, we have whipped cream. We all know that whipped cream melts very quickly under hot lights. And also when you squirt it out, you don't get that perfect curl you do in adverts. Well, that's because advertisers actually use shaving cream, not whipped cream. Shaving cream keeps a way better form than whipped cream. So if you're an actor on a food commercial, make sure you never eat the whipped cream, as it's actually shaving cream. Check out the poll in the top right corner and you can vote for the biggest secret you didn't know. For me, it's the cereal, as I can't believe they use glue and not milk. If you guys want some more amazing videos, check out my second channel. There'll be a link to that coming up on screen in a moment. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.